Okay, so today we're going to learn how to take one armor from Zelda Breath of the Wild and put its model over another one without editing the model itself. So let's say you've got this one. I think this is the Hylian tunic, and this one, Armor 05. I think this is the Tunic of the Wild. And let's say you are a big nerd for classic Zelda. You want the Hylian tunic available at the start of the game to look like the classic Kira the Wild tunic. This is how you do it. This is probably the easiest way to do it. There are other ways. With this game there are lots of methods, but we're doing this way. We're doing the way I would do it, which is the way that you wouldn't do it if you liked actually model editing, but I can't model edit. So anyway, to the point, we've got our tools. We're going to mostly be using BotW Unpacker today. Nice and simple. This is a really great tool for unpacking sarks. You can also use the Python command sark. This way gives you a nice GUI if you don't like command line tools. I've never actually used sark. What a loser. Anyway, open up this program. We have to unpack these actor packs. Unpack sark. And just select it. So I've already got all my default paths set up. You might want to set one up for yourself. I recommend just creating a folder called mod. And then you can put everything you're working in, nice and easy to find. So we've unpacked both of these. These are what the actor packs look like when you unpack them. They've got a physics folder and an actor folder, and there's all sorts of fun stuff in them. You can edit these files, but today we're not going to. We don't need to. What we want some files from Armor 05 to end up in Armor 01. Most important one is the model list. So we're just going to take this one and pop it right in the same place. And then we're going to delete the old one, and we're going to rename this one to look like the last one. There we go, magic. Now when you open the game, the tunic will look, Hylian tunic will look like Tunic of the Wild. We also need the physics. You can just do the same thing for the physics. So this is for all of the cloth. They're probably pretty similar, to be honest, but for the sake of showing how to do it properly, copy the physics in and do exactly the same thing. Same for the physics folder. We're just going to take the entire physics folder. In fact, we're going to delete the whole... no, we're not going to delete the whole physics folder, because we're not that silly. Copy one over the other. Sorry, did that work? Copy. Paste. There we go. That's better. Physics. Cloth. We don't want one. We want 5, but we want 5 to look like 1. Same thing. We're just doing the same thing. It's so easy. It's all the same. We want 5 to look like 1. We don't want the original one. We just want 5 to look like 1. And it really is that simple. That's all you need to do. We made 5 look like 1. Now, to do this properly, you need to repeat this for every time that Armor 001 has an upgrade. So let's bring up our little list of what it might look like. This is a really great tool if you don't know about it. I mean, this is Breath of the Wild modding 101. You need this. We want Hylian tunic. Oh! 1, 2, 3, and 4. No. Hylian. That's uncommon. And 15. So you'd want to take armor 2 upper, armor 3 upper, armor 4 upper, and armor 15 upper, and do the same thing. This is really important. The method that we're using today means that you will have problems if you don't copy it into every Hylian tunic. And that is because a lot of the physics and a lot of the model files are called the same thing for all of the upgrades, even though they're different actor packs. You can do some very tricky things. You could, for example, have different models. There are a couple of old mods that do this, and if you were say a Link to the Past fan, you might want, say, the first tunic to be green, the second tunic to be blue, the third tunic to be red, something like that. But that does involve model editing, that does involve texture editing, that involves getting a little bit cleverer. And you would have to create a different file name for each different model that you had, and then you would also need to reference that in the actor link. We're not doing any of this today, so you just need to remember, do the same thing across all 4, or else when you upgrade them, you will have the game, when you upgrade them at a Great Fairy and they change models and they all have the same name, the model change won't appear at first until the game unloads it. That might be when you turn the game off. It might just be after you play for 30 minutes if you don't use that specific tunic for a while. But sooner, things will not appear correct until it reloads the correct one. So when the game has a file called this, if it finds those in different places, it just uses the one it finds first until it unloads it. Breath of the Wild is a big game and it will eventually unload files to make room for other files. So that's basically it. I know I've been going on about some rubbish for a while. It is really easy. Once we're done, we go back to BotW Unpacker. We don't actually care about armor 5 because that's just our base. We can kill it. We don't need it. Just delete it. We haven't changed anything. We do care about this, so to put it back together, click Build Sark, select Folder, select the B Actor Pack, and then you 0 encode the B Actor Pack, and then you will find right timestamp. Here is our new armor, Hylian armor, that looks like the Tunic of the Wild. Just copy this into a graphics pack. Whatever one you have. I'm not going to go into creating graphics packs. That's modding 101. If you're modding Breath of the Wild, you know how to make an actor pack. And if you don't, just steal one of mine. And that's all for today. It really is simple once you know what you're doing. Although I will admit it took me a while to do it without messing it up. So have a great day.